Hello, everyone. It's been a while since I spoke to all of you. Well, that's mainly because I moved from promotions to chairman. By now, most of you have probably interacted with Christine, our new promotions chair. She's done a great things with our media content, and especially on Instagram. And the Ford Car Club Council that puts on these fabulous Sports Forever shows is a well oiled machine of individuals that represent the Ford Car Club community throughout Southern California. Volunteering and devoting their time to our show, I'm sure that in some way even they were voluntold, but it is comprised of some of the best people you could ever hope to work with. Now, I know you are all curious about what's been going on all this time. When is the next show going to be held and where will it be held, right? So let me start with a little history. So hang in there with me. As chairman for the 2024, I blended into the position pretty easily since we already had a few shows at Irwindale under our belt. We had a very successful show and we're looking forward to even better in 2025. In fact, we were sold out really fast in the last show. On October 29th, 2024, Irwindale Speedway announced its sale and closure. This event was the board's and my first real challenge. We knew we had to find a new home and fast. 2025 was coming quickly, but we decided that there wasn't enough time to make it happen for 2025. So we had to announce that there would be no show for 2025. Right away, we got hundreds of possibilities from all of you out there, as well as a host of people from within, and where we could host a show at. And I personally even called Debbie from Cruising for a Cure to talk about her location at the fairgrounds. Our board and council members all submitted their ideas. Now, just like before, there are strict criteria for where we can hold the show, such as our size and prestige are. So we narrowed it down to 4 locations. We visited 2 of these locations as a board and talked with people in the know at those locations. Through vetting of these locations, we listed the pros and the cons of each one, and this narrowed our choices to 2 locations. We chose the primary location we thought would work best for us. Unfortunately, they informed us that they were going to be remodeling the entire facility that would take place when we would typically have our show. Then we pursued the next location and were informed that they won't allow an event to be scheduled until late 2026. So that wouldn't give us much time to plan or advertise for a 2026 show. So we looked again. We started looking again. We came up with 2 more locations. One was really far away from Orange County, and most of our clubs are LA, Orange County based. So it would put a burden on our volunteers, and the local hotels were actually at a minimum. So the second was an idea that we all loved, but we wrote it off initially as too expensive. And they were going through a management change, which made this location uncertain, right? We needed a location for 2026 and time is running out to lock in a contract. Our choices were between the expensive one and we would all love to have our show at, or the one that's really far away. So we chose as a board to go with the one that was on the expensive side. Now, in order to make that work, though, we needed some real numbers to work with. And luckily, a council member and former chairman living in San Diego, you probably know who he is, was in contact with people at this location and secured us some real numbers to work with. And the board's treasurer worked on a financial strategy that would work for us. As a board, we all agreed we could make it work. And we informed the council that the board had chosen a location for our show. And everyone cheered quietly in shock, I'm assuming, because they didn't think we were going to pick that location. and the council was not to share any information about the location until we had a contract in hand, which is a pretty standard operating procedure for us. We don't want to toot our horn ahead of time. And so over the past couple of months, we have awaited updates from this location until recently when their corporate office made their decision. Now, you're all probably hoping this announcement is about what is planned for 2026. Well, I'm here to inform all of you that the location we were trying to get a contract with was Knott's Berry Farm. Yep. After many years of being away from that location, we decided to try and return there, right? I mean, after financially, it was a lot. Like we were talking 6 digits, a lot. But we needed to sit down and talk contract, right? And just the other day, I was informed that our request to have a show there was denied by their new management team. Knott's Berry Farm was owned by the Knotts family, and then they were purchased by Cedar Fair, and that's when we left Knott's Berry Farm, and they were recently reacquired by a new company, which is Six Flags. And Six Flags management, I guess they're not into it just yet. So yeah, so their decision was based on loss of attendance impact to the park. Now they just recently bought Knott's Berry Farm, so they're trying to start to recoup the money they spent on purchasing the park, which I completely understand. So who knows, maybe in the future there'll be a chance for us to go back and try again. Who knows? Now, I'm sure there are a lot of people who were hoping that one day we would go back there, and I am, of course, one of them. Hope was always there, and even with the high costs, we figured out a way to make it work. But the people who run KBF said no. It's sad because all the history that we had there, and to get a chance to relive that again, or bring people who never got that experience to now have a chance to go there and experience it all. Well, so far that's not going to happen. And I know this was perhaps the last chance at having a show there, but anything can happen. I mean, we should still stay positive and know that the board and the council still consider Knott's as a potential in the future. So we'll see. All I can say is we tried, right? And we're trying to make you guys happy, trying to make us happy, and make it work, right? So we tried very hard to make this happen, and we wanted to give you that opportunity that you've been, like I said, asking for years to go back. And but we haven't given up, and we're looking at 3 more locations that meet our needs, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we will lock in one and have a show for 2026. We are also looking at the possibility of having a couple of smaller, check this out, listen up, Cars and Coffee, sponsored by Fabulous Fords, events this year. So something the board and the council will be discussing and see what the logistics are. Tough word. And we'll let you know. So hang in there. We're trying to bring back Fabulous Fords forever, and thank you all for all the many years of supporting our show. And this is Stacy B, and thanks again. I'll keep you guys informed as we learn more.